Hey you guys, Desmond here, and welcome back to the Unapologetically Honest podcast, where we sit down and we discuss the current episode of Rupaul'S Drag Race All-Star Season 5, Episode 2, I'm in love.
I'm gagged.
I'm in love. Love me, say that you love me.
Pretend that you.
Yes, but before we get into the gig, please hit that like, leave us a little comment, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe because we're here all the time, honey.
Yay.
Now, as always, I am joined by the lovely LACRESHA. I thought I'd say something nice today. So.
Thank
The
you.
lovely
You've been
LACRESHA's
real
here.
nice these last two episodes.
Well, you know, see, black people are going through a time right now, and we don't need to be tearing each other down. So,
Because he's
It's-
really good at it.
it's
Me at least.
until, for a while, I'm going to be uplifting black people, even the ones that get on my nerves.
But I love you
Whatever.
so much.
Anyway, what did you think of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 5, Episode 2, I'm in love?
It was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yes, very entertaining.
Very entertaining and very entertained, if you ask me. So we start off the episode with the queens returning after Miss Derek Barry's elimination. So do you think Derek was the right one to go home last week? Well, obviously, you're a Mayhem fan.
I am a man.
Honestly, I think I would have chosen Mayhem to go home, just being honest.
Yeah, but did you see what she served today?
But that don't mean, I'm talking about, we're still talking about last week.
I know.
In my opinion, hers was the worst, and I didn't like her look. So,
Ongina look.
Last week?
No, well, I didn't like Ongina's look last week either. But.
See, you making it hard for me to uplift other black people right now. Because I almost read you for filth. Anyway.
This is not about me.
So anyway, the queens are discussing how they are gagged about the whole lip sync assassin twist this season. I am not sure if I'm gagged about it, but I am intrigued by the twist. You know, it's nice to switch things up every now and then. And plus it gives other queens to come back who originally probably don't want to compete or have already competed too many times. What?
I'm trying to think.
Trying to think what?
Shangela.
Oh, I would love for her to come back as a lip sync assassin. That would be fun. Baby, I don't know what that noise is, but please ignore that. So anyway, they were all sitting down discussing, you know, who they voted for, since, you know, it was the queens who sent home Derek last week.
Mm-hmm.
And Juju bravely stood up and said, well, I voted for you, Mayhem, to go home.
And Mayhem was like,
She was gagged. She was like, what?
well, screw you do.
And she took it personal, which I wouldn't.
It's a game.
It's a game. But if I was in Juju's shoes too, I would have voted Mayhem as well. I would have like Mayhem in the box, Survivor styles. Go home, Mayhem. Deuces. It was nice to know you. Let's not do it again. But yeah, I just felt like Mayhem took it personal, but Juju was like, this is the game. And I looked at your performance and I enjoyed Derek's more. And at least she was honest about that.
Right.
Because she could have stayed quiet and been like, oh, all right.
Like everybody else.
But everybody else voted Derek. Yeah, everybody else voted Derek except for Derek. Derek voted Mayhem. Which is obvious because I'm not going to vote for myself to go home. Okay. But yeah, so they read Derek's message, which I don't remember what Derek's message said. I really don't. I know Juju B got a shout out. She was like, I love you, Juju B.
I love you, Juju B. It was like, it was nice to meet you, be good, something like that. Yeah. And all I know is India was real quick to wipe it off.
Yes, ma'am, as she should. Because Derek, you know, learning more about their situation over the past week, I think Derek is more in the wrong than India. They're both in the wrong. Mm-hmm. They were both very unnecessarily shady, but I think Derek was more in the wrong than India, just from what I've collected over the past week. So,
educate me.
We'll have to educate off camera because that's going to take a whole extra.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot. It was a lot. We'll probably have to make a whole separate video on that, honey.
Okay.
But
we say that a lot and we never do it, but hey.
Hush it. Don't be calling us out on camera. Gosh. Alright, so it's the next morning and Miss Cracker decided she wanted to call out Ongina. Talking about, I just didn't feel right voting for who I voted for because the person I really wanted to vote it for wasn't in the bottom 2. Girl, shut up. It was Rue's decision. She chose that Mayhem and Derek was in the bottom, and you had to make your decision. Girl, shut up. I really felt like she was trying to I personally felt like she was trying to tear down Ongina. I really felt like she was.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
And it's looking very possible that Miss Cracker's going to be the villain of this season.
Unintentionally.
And oh my God, I am not living for it because I love Miss Cracker.
She could be a good person. It's just, she's got opinions and
they're discussing, and then we get she already done had hers. It is, I love those.
Because we didn't get those too much.
Yeah, I'm still very upset about that. But anyway, Rue was sitting there writing a letter to her crush, and I loved it. It was so cute.
Yes, it was different.
Very different than what she normally does. Yes, and then she comes in this stunning suit.
Oh, I love that suit.
That red blackish, I don't even know how to explain.
It was black, white, and gray.
It was beautiful.
With red streaks through it.
It was beautiful. I think that's probably my favorite suit I've ever seen RuPaul wear into the workroom. Rue's like, this is all-stars. We need all-star suits.
Yes.
And it was amazing. I really did. But she comes in and she announces that this week's Maxi Challenge is I'm in Love, the season 5 remix of the song. And I'm like, ooh, isn't it too early to remix a song? But I thought it back. Usually on the second episode, they did I know what All Stars 4 they did. The second episode, they split into 2 groups and they did songs that Lizzo actually sang.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, I guess they're, following the same pattern. And we're going to do, but this time they did 3 groups of 3. Now, since India Fair won last week's challenge, she had to pick who her 2 biggest competitors were. And she picked Blair St. Clair and Shea Coulee. And plot twist, which I saw it coming, they were also team captain. So we had 3 teams. Now, Miss India, she chose Jujubee and Alexis Mateo. Blair St. Clair picked Miss Cracker and Mayhem Miller. And then Miss Shea Coulee picked Mariah Paris Balenciaga and Ongina. Do you think those were some good teams?
Yeah.
I really like the old school team of India, Juju, and Alexis. Because, they just want to show, hey, us old school girls, we still got it, okay? Don't get it twisted. We may be from the earlier seasons, honey, but don't get it twisted, honey. We started this shit. If it wasn't for us, there would be no All-Stars 5, okay? And I live because some of my favorite performances from the variety show was from the old school queens plus Shea because, oh my God, Shea in that pole. Another conversation. So we get into the rehearsal. So I want us to discuss them recording the track and also rehearsing, doing the dance rehearsals on the main stage. So when we got Team Blair, I am so sick of Miss Cracker. I am so sick of Miss Cracker. This is not your show, ma'am. Blair is in charge and she is trying to micromanage everything, and she's not even the team captain.
Right.
Miss Cracker, sit back, sit down, and check your privilege.
Do you think that she's repeating the same mistake she made in her season?
Yes, she's definitely.
Where she's trying too much to project perfection. Yes,
I really feel like she is repeating herself. Hopefully she can catch herself before it's too late. But who knows?
Yeah, because, she does make some statements later on.
And it really irritated me, especially when they were doing the dance rehearsal. And Blair is the captain and she's doing the choreography. And she keeps trying to interject and tell her Blair, hey, we should do it this way instead of doing it that way. You're not the team captain.
Right, and then she's trying too hard to perfect her own dance moves.
One thing about drag queens, if you just do a few, some basic move scale, like, ooh, the crowd's gonna live. You don't have to do nothing too crazy, and that's what Blair was trying to do. And Miss Cracker's like, oh, well, we should do this, and we should. No, Cracker, shut up, sit down, check your privilege. So Team India, I feel like they all did good, minus India. She kind of struggled with writing her lyrics, and they had to come in and really help her, get on the challenge. Because I don't think she really understood what the challenge meant. Like, you know, she was trying to put real life into it. No, they want you to pick a celebrity, basically, that you're crushing on. And I don't think she understood that at first. No. But once she got onto the ball, she was good. And, you know, everything moved smoothly. And their rehearsal, I was kind of worried. But, you know, I love Alexis. And I'm like, okay, she did a smart thing by giving Alexa the choreography. Be like, hey, ma'am, I struggle at this. You do it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a great team captain to be able to sit there and be like, I'm not good at this, but you are. So I'm going to hand you the paper and you're going to lead this group in the choreography. So I thought that was very smart. And then Team Shay. Mm-hmm. Maybe they killed it.
They did.
They killed the rehearsal.
They killed the rehearsal.
Baby.
Ongina had some vocal issues.
Oh, yeah, poor baby. Yeah. Poor baby. The voice was gone. The voice was... It wasn't there, but it's okay. Poor baby. We got to say a little prayer for her. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she struggled with the rehearsal, baby. They nailed that rehearsal. Where was that on the main stage? So I have a question. How do you feel about the other queens watching their dance rehearsal?
I think they should have did that, but I get why it had to happen considering the final product, mm-hmm. because you know everybody had to get their spacing right. Mm-hmm. I think, and I guess you know it was.
Well, going into it, I didn't realize they were all performing at the same time. Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to be like, okay, these three perform. Okay, next is Team India.
Right.
I didn't realize they were all one thing, so it made sense once we saw the final product. But when I was watching originally, I'm like, wow, that is definitely not fair because that put more nerves on them knowing that the other queens are watching them. And in the past, they've never done that.
Right.
You know, and I was just I didn't like it until I saw what the final thing was. I'm like, okay, it made sense that they were there. So, we didn't really get a mirror moment, but we really don't get mirror moments with All Stars. We just had Crackers very difficult to work with. And because of that, she can't make friends. Can you please explain that to me?
What, that she's difficult to work with?
Yes.
If
you are aware that you are difficult to work with, and you realize that's why you don't make any friends, then why are you still being difficult to work with? That is what I was so confused about. I'm like, you are aware of the problem and you're not trying to fix it. Check your privilege. It is. Think about it for a second. Ding. And it's just like, no, because if that was a black queen doing that,
right,
she would have got drugged through the mud for being difficult, for being on stuff. But I've never heard nothing negative about Cracker. So it's just like, if you know that you're difficult, mm-hmm. and you still haven't chose to change that, I'm sorry. You need to check your privilege.
Okay.
Because if that was Shea Coulee, baby, people would have read her for that. They would have read her for years. And I was waiting for Cracker and Blair just to...
I thought they were going to.
I was so ready for it. But Blair, she's very...
pageanty.
Yeah, and she doesn't like confrontation. Trust me, girl, I get it.
I get it.
I really do.
I hate confrontation.
I do too, but when it's necessary... Yes, what were you saying? What was that? Because I will pull up.
Yeah, I'll call him.
But we get to the main stage. First, can we talk about Mama RuPaul?
That was a gorgeous.
That gown was. Oh, that was
the pink, the black, the iridescent stripes. Oh. I loved it.
Ru, whoever made that, give them 10 rounds of applause because that was the best you've looked in a while.
Especially after that last dress.
Oh my God. And you know, she had some awesome looks in season 12. I don't want to sit here and act like she didn't. But that last week look was just so bad. You really need to come out with a banger, and a banger you did. Yes. And you gave us the classic Ru wig, and you know, that wig looks good on you, Mama. She didn't pay too many bills. I love it. That wig has paid so many bills for Mama Ru, and I live for that wig.
Yeah, whether it be blonde or red.
I live. So let's talk about the performance of I'm in Love. So what did you think overall of the little song number?
It was cute.
It was so cute. And you know, it makes me think that this was supposed to air around Valentine's Day. Because originally All Stars 5 was supposed to air before season 12, but for some reason they switched.
Right.
So I'm thinking this probably would have aired around Valentine's Day if
but
they would have kept it the original way.
Well.
Oh, it did, especially when we get to them runways.
Especially India's.
Oh my God.
You made me like you.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like her.
Okay. You were that type of girl. I knew you were. But whose team was your favorite?
Shay's.
Is it just because of Shay alone?
Yes.
As a overall team, not just because of one person.
Okay, Blair's.
Oh. See, overall team, my favorite was India's. India's was kind of but like the other two did so well. They all worked well together. I thought their verses were funny. It was just, especially the line about you can come fill my house, John Stamos. Yes, please.
I think it was more or less, for me, the theatrical performance put on by the three initially when the song started is the reason why I like Blair's. She was just like in the middle.
And I just love how her crush was Hannibal Lecter. Like, come on, yes ma'am, give me life. And then Mayhem's was Mr. Rogers. I was just like,
yes,
I live.
I'll take that.
I live. It was really...
Again, an episode that aged very well considering the time.
Yes, it's just, they really did their thing in this. And I don't think nobody truly did bad, except for Ongina. I didn't really care for Ongina. Like, her wig really
The wig kind of threw me off.
Like, Ongina, that wig wasn't you, honey.
Mm-mm.
You could have got you maybe a short little pixie cut or something. But that wig was too big for you.
It really was, because she's a little itty bitty.
Yeah, and I don't think she padded, and her shorts were kind of hanging off her back there area, and that just kind of threw the whole thing off for me.
Right.
Like, her verse was good. I think she did. Her verse was good, but it was just, everything else was not.
Right.
And Shea Coulee looked like a whole Snickers bar out there. Just amazing. I lived for every piece of that.
Oh, she looked like one of those little LOL dolls.
But I do need to shout out Blair St. Clair's outfit. Oh, Jujubee's outfit. Oh, man.
You in a boot.
Oh.
You in a boot.
Oh, Miss Jujubee. Nobody told you to kill the kids like that in just a performance, honey. That was just a performance. You don't have to just give it to us all like that. Oh, Miss Jujubee, you give good mouth, honey. Yes,
You give good mouth, honey.
I love her. I love Jujubee. Jujubee for All Stars 5 winner. I love her.
He likes Jujubee. He likes Jujubee.
I do. Like, I really can't pick a winner. I'm just so, like, distraught. I keep going back from Jujubee and Shay.
Yeah.
I keep going back from Jujubee and Shay. As much as I want Shay to win, I feel like there's going to be some Shangela fuckery that happens. And she's not going to win. Like, RuPaul just can't give us what we want. She never does. So it's just like, I know.
She tried.
I know there's going to be some tomfoolery, Shangela fuckery that's going to happen. And I do not appreciate it at all.
Okay, but Shangela deserved to win her season of All Stars.
Well, Ben actually deserved to win that season. But I quit. I don't like him. No, girl, bye.
Oh, yeah, Ben.
That was your win. I was so Team Bendela, it wasn't even crazy.
Yeah, because she had that. She had won pretty much every single episode.
First and only queen to win 5 challenges in a single season.
Oh, do you think she's going to be one of the lip sync assassins?
I would love to see that, because I would consider Ben as a lip sync assassin, especially from her All Stars run. Yes. Her season 6 run, but All Stars, baby, she did those lip syncs. She did that. So let's not toot and boo, honey. Let's discuss the runway looks for this week. And this week's category is Love the Skin You're In. Up first was India Fair, and that's the one you said aged so well. Yes. It really did. In the time that we're in right now, yes, Miss India, I loved every piece of it.
Yes, because not only was it her flesh tone, but it was multiple flesh tones.
Yes, and everybody's was represented, and I love it.
And it was great, and I liked it. It was a great silhouette. It was very elegant. Maybe the shoulder thing could have went away somewhere or been somewhere else, but other than that, I love that outfit.
It was good. It was real good. Then we got Miss Jujubee. Oh, just like Miss Tessa said, she looked like a glass of champagne. Champagne?
Champagne.
That word. Yes, honey. Oh, it was.
I love the color.
That color looks good on Jujubee.
It really does.
It really does.
I'm not sure about the mauve colored wig.
I like the hair. Yeah,
I like the style, maybe just not the color.
Maybe a crown would fit lovely over that.
Yes, crown will.
Then we had Miss Alexis Mateo, and I felt like that little open area right here, baby.
Yes, that they reference some other special lips too.
Oh my God, she just looked delicious. She came out, and I was like, oh. She's not playing with the kids.
No,
she is
not today.
Not playing with the kids.
Season.
She said old school, yes, but baby, I still got it. Yes. Don't get it twisted.
She's like, I might have gained a couple of extra pounds, but they're luscious.
Baby, we can move. Then we had Blair, St. Clair, I do declare. And I get what she was saying with it because we're all pink underneath. I liked it, but I feel like she could have took it to the next level.
What would have been the next level?
I think it was too pink.
Too pink. You think it should have been more flesh tone pink? I
think if her skin was pink and she just wore maybe like she had the yellow hair, maybe like a yellow dress to match that hair instead of it all being pink. Because I get it, pink, the skin. We're all pink underneath. But she should have wore just like that outfit but in a different color. If it wasn't all pink, I think I would have
I don't think it would have translated well in all yellow.
I think it would have translated better. It might not, maybe not even yellow, just a different color. I can't even give you a color because then I'll have to sit down and think about what color would look good on Blair, painted in pink.
It would have been good in mauve.
I don't disagree.
It would have been good in mauve. Maybe not that bright of a pink on your face, and you wouldn't have had to paint your face that pink if you'd have did mauve.
Maybe.
Not the yellow hair though either.
Yeah.
You should have went like a gray.
Yeah. But then we have Miss Cracker.
I'm tired of that silhouette.
I don't like that dress. That was the only dress that I did not like. Like, I think I would have liked it if it didn't cover her face. I was like, girl, we could barely see you.
I mean, and I get what she tried to do because she, the thing, and then she came out and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that kind of aged well too because we all got to wear masks. But
I thought eventually she was going to rip that off. And I'm like...
Yeah, that needed... The scallop, the clamshell scallop needed to go
everything else
somewhere.
was lovely. I loved the tulle train that she had going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was just... That whole thing right there just made me not like it.
For me, I'm tired of it just because it's the same silhouette.
But that's Cracker's silhouette. And it looks good on her.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, switch up the silhouette. But it looks good. Some people don't have a good silhouette. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So next we have Mayhem Miller, honey.
Yes, dripping with diamonds.
She looked good.
Yes, Kim Kardashian good. Realness.
She looked good.
Met Gala 2019.
Yeah, she looked good. You can't take that away from her. She looked good. She shouldn't have been here this week, but she looked good. I said it. She should have went on last week. I'll say it again. Mayhem. Where's my lipstick? Mayhem.
Fuck you.
Anyway, next is probably my favorite look in talking about Miss Shea Coulee.
Oh my God.
Ma'am.
She looked like a fucking goddess.
Oh my God! She was finna take us to the leader, honey. She is the leader.
Look,
she said, "Down to your royalty, honey."
Talk about some Wakanda realness.
Oh
in her song, she like Chadwick Boseman too. So it all just kind of went together because she had the ethnic necklace. The face makeup. She just
everything.
I could not stop talking about it. I got on his nerves.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was just encrusted everywhere.
That is how you do it.
Yes, and then
ladies and gentlemen who think about doing All-Stars, that is how you do it right there.
As Ross says, that's how you win All-Stars.
That is how you win All-Stars. God. But like I said, I feel down in my gut that RuPaul's going to do some fuckery.
It's going to be some tomfoolery up in
and
this
I'm
piece.
going to be hollering hot when it happens.
I should just TikTok him live doing that.
So next was Miss Ongina. I liked her feather look.
I didn't like it.
Explain.
Because it swallowed her up.
Now, I will say that it did swallow her up. It really did.
It was too big for her. If somebody
And I think that's a big problem with Ongina. She tends to
dress herself like she's taller.
Yeah, and she's not. Maybe in her mind, she might be 8 foot tall, but honey, you could be like how tall? Like she has to be like 4
She's
something.
like 4 feet something.
Yeah.
She's itty bitty.
And I've noticed that in past looks that I've seen, out in the world, she tends to wear things that are too big for her.
Yes, because it was like a big old shoulder pad. It was literally like the feathers were above her head. And it's like, it's one thing to try and do an eagle look. It's something completely different when it's swallowing you whole. And I understand it was skin you're in and flesh tones and stuff like that. And the feathers were nice. I didn't like the feathers in the chest. I
like the feathers in the chest already.
I didn't. I think because of in proportion to her head, it.
Well, in proportion, Mayhem should have went home last week. I had to. You just left it there. I had to.
No, there was no door there.
Yes, it was.
Whatever.
Last but definitely not least was Miss Mariah Perez Balenciaga.
Oh
my God. Go ahead and talk about it because I know you want to.
Oh my God. that dress was flipping awesome.
Everything.
Just the shoulders, the hair. Her makeup was my favorite.
That's what you would not stop talking about. That is what got on my nerves.
Her makeup was flipping awesome. It was amazing. I loved the rose gold tone of everything that she had on, the little sweetheart neckline. I like the cinched waist and that corset in the back and body. Okay.
Mariah did that.
She really did.
And I second everything she said. Mariah did that. So, out of all the looks, who was your favorite this week?
Mariah.
Shay was mine.
They're like neck and neck.
Shay did that for me.
Shay is a little bit ahead though, because that body.
Oh my God, ma'am.
Not like
nobody told you to be that snatched.
Like
nobody.
Literal body. Literal.
That was everything.
Like Rue was like, I can't stop staring at your nipples.
I couldn't either.
And I couldn't either.
Oh.
They were rhinestones.
Yes. So. It was announced that the winner of this week's challenge is Shea Coulee.
Yes, very well deserved.
Yes. And the bottom 3 this week was Mariah, Ongina, and India. Do you agree with that?
A little bit.
Like, I agree with the bottom 3, but I hate it because they all did so good.
Right.
Like, the only one who really didn't do that well was Ongina.
Exactly.
So I kind of saw Ongina being in the bottom. It was just who was going to be there with her. I just didn't understand.
And I'm pretty sure you wanted Mayhem to be in the bottom, but...
No, Mayhem did good.
Exactly.
And what are you trying to prove there, ma'am?
She could work her way back. she might not win it, but damn it.
She did terrible in that variety show last week.
She did.
If I was voting,
it started out strong and didn't finish well.
After the whole eye situation, going off the viral meme that she had.
Yes.
It was just, So yeah.
Baby, I'm gonna need you to.
You know what? I changed my mind. Yeah, Mariah should have been in the bottom. I'm not Mariah. Mayhem should have been in the bottom. I said it.
Leave my baby alone.
And then you hush. I would have put some white on right in Mayhem. Vote for her.
It wouldn't have counted for shit.
It would have.
It would not.
So anyway, the girls are in the back. They're deliberating. They're talking. And the main 2 things happened. Ongina basically gave up.
Yes.
She's like, send me home. It's not fair for any of these other 2 queens to go home. I know I did the worst. Send me home. And part of me respects her for acknowledging the fact that she is aware that she did the worst. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'll be like, yes, I did the worst, but I still want to be here.
Exactly, like everybody else does. Yes, I did bad this week, but I know I can give more.
I know I can do this. I'm like the little engine that could.
Right. Chugging along.
I can do it. Give me that opportunity. But one thing I really did enjoy was the fact that Miss Cracker apologized to Ongina.
How genuine do you think that was?
I think she was genuine about it.
I think she was.
I felt that she was, because especially after the conversation she had saying that, I'm aware that I'm difficult, and that's why I don't have many friends. So I really think she meant that. Yeah. But just to see the preview for the next week, I'm like, oh, doesn't look like much change, Cracker.
Right.
But yeah.
But wasn't Miss Cracker the one that told Vanjie she didn't know who her mother was?
Yes, and now she's on All Stars with her mother. And when her mother walked in, she yelled, "Bam!" But at the same time, I think she was just picking at Vanjie, like, who? We don't know her. But it is now time for the lip sync for your legacy. Mm-hmm. Where this week, if you win, you get $20,000.
Since the lip sync assassin won last week.
Yeah. So the lip sync assassin this week was
Alyssa Edwards.
I love me some Alyssa, and
I can't wait to meet you.
I love when it popped up. She was all like she was just living. She's like, yes, I'm back. I'm back again, honey. Mm-hmm. And she can come back as many times as she wants. Yes. I would love to see her compete again.
Yes.
Me personally. All-Star 6, Alyssa, come on back.
Come on, baby.
Come on, boo-boo. You got this.
We can give it to you this time.
Yeah. But she's a lip sync assassin, and her and Shay lip syncs to Newton Dance by the Pointer Sister. Now, I'm not familiar with this song. Were you?
Newton Dance. I've heard it, but I didn't know what the name
I've never heard this song prior to tonight.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, it's not one that I've memorized, but it is a song that I've recognized.
Yes.
Yeah, memorized, recognized.
Memorized, recognized. You better recognize. But anyway, what did you think of the lip sync?
It was close.
They turned it. And
I only say close-ish because I don't feel like Alyssa was doing what she normally does.
Yeah, I didn't feel that she was comfortable with the song. I'm not sure. The producers were like, hey, kind of take it easy on Shay.
Probably.
Because I really felt like Alyssa was holding back at some point.
I do too.
Because I was waiting for Alyssa to go off, and she never went there.
Did,
like she teased it. She got close.
Right.
And then she just kind of.
It's like all of those same tricks that Shay was doing. I know Alyssa can do. And
I gotta give Shay props because her season 9 lip syncs were trash.
They were.
They really were.
I'm all caught up now, by the way.
But that's why she's allowed to do this. Excluding the UK season, but she's going to watch them.
Is it on your thing?
No. But, yes, I have to give it to Shay because she stepped her game up. After being embarrassed by Shea Coulee, she was like, you're not going to catch me slipping again. She came and... What?
Shea Coulee was embarrassed by who?
Oh, I'm sorry. She was embarrassed by Sasha Velour.
There you go.
After she was embarrassed by Sasha Velour, she was like, never again will you catch me slipping. And she turned it. I was like, come on, Shay. Come on, ma'am. Lip sync.
It was a really good lip sync.
It was really good, but I really feel like...
For me to not really know the song and him to not really know the song, it was still a really good.
But I still feel like Alyssa held back.
She did.
But Shay won. She won $20,000.
And a vacation. Look
yes, ma'am. And the right to send one of the bottom 3 queens home.
Yes.
And she chose to eliminate Ongina.
And Ongina.
I really thought she was going to send India home. And that's only because Ongina and Mariah was on her team.
Right.
And I felt like, okay, she was going to be loyal to her team and send home India. But she didn't. She sent home Ongina, and I agree with the elimination.
Yes.
I think if I was in Shay's position or if I was on the panel voting, I think I would have chose Ongina because giving up like that is not cute.
No.
Even though she got that encouragement and she's like, yeah, I want to be here. The fact that if you say you want to go home, I will gladly help you back.
Right.
And it really hurts my feelings because the fans have been Ongina and the fans of the show have been yelling for Ongina to be on the show. We have been we have been, what's the word?
Anticipating. Waiting with bated breath.
Like, we've been begging for Ongina to be on All-Stars since we found out she was an alternative for All-Stars 2. We're like, oh my God, get her on the show. We want Ongina. Ongina wanted to be on. And then she gets here and she's like, boom. Just fell flat. And it kind of hurts my feelings.
It might be a pressure thing. Man.
Oh, yeah. You could tell it definitely was. And she kept saying it. You know, I've wanted this so long. The fans have wanted this so long. And now I'm here and I can't seem to get it together.
Right.
So it was a pressure thing. And I just hate that she fell into that.
Right. She pulled a Widow Vondu.
But at least Widow made it halfway through the season. Well, a little further than halfway. She made it.
Yeah.
She made top 7, right? Or 6?
I think she made
top 7.
Yeah, she might be.
Yeah. But yeah. So, is there anything else you would like to talk about from this episode? Oh, side note to Madison, Beer, and Tessa. Y'all were great guest judges this week.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, my dears. But anything else you would like to touch on? Well, honey, I think we should go ahead and wrap this up then.
All right.
LACRESHA, where can they find you?
They can find me at Cresha McGill on all social media.
Oh. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us, and we will see you guys soon.
Simply Desmond.
Bye.